The truth is uncomfortable. It doesn't shout. It whispers. It waits for you in the quiet moments, when the noise fades and you're left alone with your thoughts. Nothing changes until you change. Not your job. Not your relationship. Not your money. Not your life. Because the world doesn't respond to wishes. It responds to decisions. At this moment, this message is not here to comfort you. It's here to wake you up. Because the life you keep hoping for is on the other side of a version of you that you keep postponing. This message matters because there are people watching right now who feel stuck. You wake up tired, even after sleeping. You try, but not fully. You dream, but quietly. You tell yourself, one day, while days keep passing. This message is for the ones who feel like they're doing everything they can, yet nothing is moving. And the painful truth is this: effort without change is just repetition. And repetition without awareness becomes a prison. There's a story here. Maybe it's your story. A person who wanted more peace, more respect, more purpose. But every morning looked the same. Same habits, same excuses, same fear dressed up as logic. They blamed time, people, luck, the past. They waited for motivation to arrive like a visitor knocking on the door. But motivation never came. Because motivation doesn't visit stagnant places. It lives where action is taken. And deep down, they knew something was wrong. Not with the world, but with the way they were showing up in it. They wanted change, but they didn't want discomfort. They wanted growth, but they avoided pain. They wanted confidence, but stayed loyal to self-doubt. And every night, they promised tomorrow would be different. But tomorrow kept arriving with the same version of them. Because nothing changes until you change. Here's the hard part no one wants to hear. Your life is not stuck. You are. Your circumstances are not holding you back. Your patterns are. The same thoughts. The same reactions. The same comfort zones you defend like they're protecting you, when in reality, they're shrinking you. And the scariest prison is not the one built by others. It's the one you build with your own beliefs. Pause for a moment. If this message is hitting you, subscribe now. Not just to this channel, but to your own growth. And while you're here, tell us in the comments which city you're watching from. Let this be a marker. The moment you decided to stop watching motivation and start becoming it. Change doesn't begin with a massive leap. It begins with a brutal realization that the version of you who created your current life cannot create your next one. That version has done its job. It got you here. But here is no longer where you belong. And holding on to who you were is the same as resisting who you're meant to become. There's always a moment, a quiet breaking point, when you realize that waiting has cost you more than failing ever could. When you see that comfort has been more dangerous than risk. When staying the same hurts more than changing ever will. That's the turning point. That's where power returns to your hands. The world doesn't change for people who complain. It changes for people who decide. Decide to wake up earlier. Decide to speak up. Decide to walk away. Decide to start even when scared. Decide to let go of excuses that sound smart but keep you small. Decide to stop negotiating with the future and start acting in the present. And here's the shift. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what is this demanding from me? Because every obstacle is a mirror. It's showing you what needs to change inside before it can change outside. When you change how you think, you change how you feel. When you change how you feel, you change how you act. And when you change how you act, your life has no choice but to respond. That's not motivation. That's law. This is where most people quit. Right here. Because change asks for consistency when excitement fades. It asks for discipline when motivation disappears. It asks you to keep going when no one is clapping, when results are invisible, when self-doubt is loud. But that's also where transformation lives. In the days that don't feel heroic. In the moments no one sees. And listen closely. You don't need to become someone else. You need to return to who you were before fear taught you to shrink. Before disappointment taught you to settle. Before survival mode became your personality. Change is not about adding more. It's about shedding what no longer serves you. If you're still watching, this is your second reminder to subscribe. Because staying connected to messages like this matters when your old habits try to pull you back. And tell us in the comments why you won't subscribe if you're hesitating. Be honest. Sometimes the truth you type is the truth you've been avoiding. The final truth is simple, but it's not easy. Nothing changes until you change. Not the timing, not the environment, not the people around you. The moment you change your standards, your habits, your self-respect, your life begins to shift. Slowly at first, quietly, then all at once. One decision, one boundary, one action taken even while afraid. That's how everything starts. And years from now, you'll look back and realize this wasn't just a video you watched. It was the moment you stopped waiting for permission and started becoming the person your future was depending on. Nothing changes until you do.